Greetings, everyone. Greetings, everyone. It's been about a week since we met up. It's been a lot that's happened that we're going to go over. Happy Sunday. It's raining here in the DMV in Baltimore. I had a wedding I had to go to yesterday that turned out pretty good. I hope everybody had a good weekend. We got a lot to talk about. It's a lot going on in these streets, okay? What's going on, Trini? How you feeling? Cagney, Chris. I'm in really good spirits today, guys. Like I said, I went to a dear friend of mine's wedding. Shout out and congratulations to Stuart and Steve on their matrimony. Beautiful event. Beautiful times. Oh, wow, you guys are showing up early today. Yes. Okay, so, big announcement. First, let's get this out the way, because we got a lot of shit to cover. I am officially joining the podcast world. On May 31st, you will be able to go to Google Play, Apple, Spotify, and you will be able to listen to the official Secretary of Shade podcast. It will be political based. It will also talk about some of your favorite pop culture topics, as well as other news and entertainment to coincide with what we do here. I know it's been a long time coming, but we are finally there. We're going to do this podcast. It's going to be excellent. It is going to be audio based, so you'll be able to drive around with me in the gym and in the car and all of those great places. We are partnering up with a great company for this, so be on the lookout for that. And that's May 31st. It's a Friday. We'll be releasing every Friday just because of how the news cycle goes. We'll still do our live cabinet meetings, but that'll be something more based because there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that I can't quite talk to you guys about yet. But just know that we are moving, cabinet. What's going on, Rachel? Hey, Tracy, what's going on? Shout out to Tracy Jiggets, Sally, Kim, Suzanne, Patricia. Yes. Oh, yes, Patricia. We coming to get coins, okay? But anyway, so I wanted to brief you guys on that. It's going to be more coming down the pike. Also, too, I know I've discussed it briefly, but we have the Secretary of Shade t-shirts ready to go that we'll be launching with the podcast later this month. You'll be able to buy them via my site on Printful. We've got some great designs. I'll be bringing those out to you guys soon. But anyway, so we got a lot to discuss. So first off, and I kind of was like touchy on discussing this because Facebook kind of helped launch Secretary of Shade, but fuck it. I wouldn't be me, bitch, if I didn't talk about the Facebook ban. Okay? Now, Facebook said, look, bitch, we not doing it this election cycle. We just not doing it. So Facebook bans, they banned Alex Jones. He does this like InfoWars shit. Milo Yiannopoulos, who is, okay, for those of you not familiar with him, and I don't want to give him too much light, but Milo basically is a far-right gay Republican who spits out very hateful rhetoric. It's very hateful racial rhetoric, but he's married to a black man. It's like this whole, like, weird-ass fucking thing that he does. And allegedly it's all for the money because he found the outlet. Like, think of Milo as a crazy, like, non-informed version of, like, me. But, like, with more money and, like, mad internal issues. Okay? So they banned him. They banned Farrakhan. Okay? Louis Farrakhan was banned as well. Now, for those of you, some people, I know a lot of people, this has sparked a huge debate, online amongst black people, Jewish people, white people, all people, in regards to Farrakhan being included in this ban. Now, for some of the shit that Farrakhan say, bitch, Like, sis, it's problematic. It's problem-fucking-matic, okay? And I kind of get why Facebook took this stance because, number one, we got to remember that Facebook had faced where they had to go do some testifying in Congress, I believe. So this isn't something where Facebook, you know, in my opinion, I think they scared, personally. I think that this platform has become more of a thing than even they thought it would be. Somebody said they should ban Donald Trump. They're never going to ban the president, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Also, Facebook really isn't Donald Trump's preferred platform. He's a Twitter head, and we know that they're never going to get rid of Twitter for him. But I can understand why they did this. Facebook also owns Instagram. And I think they scared. I think they get it. Also, too, they may be trying to cut down on the spread of misinformation this news cycle because they had to really, this election cycle, because they really had to face a lot of backlash about what was led on the site. But my thing is this. This is why it's so important, and sometimes the media can really irk my soul, but this is why you have free media outlets, because suppose with these platforms, and I'm going on a bigger issue here, with these social media platforms, guys, we don't own this shit. We don't pay for it. This is all free, okay? Unless you buy one of them annoying ass ads. This is all free. So at any moment, if this said platform, okay, if this said platform decides, I don't like people who have purple lipstick on in their profile pictures, and they decide to ban those people, this is their platform. They can do this. This is also why I made the announcement to start my own podcast, because suppose Facebook doesn't like something that I said. We've seen my broadcast get interrupted at times, and it wasn't because of the fucking internet, because I paid the bill, bitch. Okay? That can happen. This is why it's so important that we have options and that we have other platforms as well, because this shit can happen to anybody. Now, I'm not mad at them banning some of these people, quite frankly, because some of the shit that they say and do is horrendous. So I think it's necessary. But a lot of people were upset about Farrakhan being included in this ban. And I feel like this. You can't pick which apple you want to take from the tree, bitch. That's just not how it works. For every Coke, it's a Pepsi. I'm just saying. Now, I will say this. As an openly gay black man, I remember I did a panel with the Nation of Islam, and it was at one of the nation's leaders' houses out in like PG County, like in that area. And I will say this, and I'm not picking anybody's religion. I really don't have any real religion affiliation. I do have a relationship with God, but that's neither here nor there as it pertains to this. But I will say this. I've done panels with several religions, and I will say that when I did the meeting with Nation, and it was all enough, it was I don't want to call it a secret meeting, because that's kind of like, but it was kind of a secret meeting. It was like barbershop talk. It was like a secret meeting. And it was like where the Nation, the members of the Nation, we were discussing homophobia within the Nation of Islam, and how basically it was a conversation on how to move forward and communicate with gay people and gay black males and youths as it pertains to their relationship with the Nation of Islam. I will say this, and I can't speak to Farrakhan because I've never met that man. But some of the stuff he says is very problematic and is quite frankly wrong. But I will say that they were probably, out of all of the religious groups that I met with, and I've met with a couple, they were the most respectful. They came wanting to get an understanding. I never felt slighted. And it was probably some of the best hospitality that I've ever had going into anybody's home or business. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, moving forward. So, William Barr, Attorney General, current Attorney General, you know things can change. You know bitches get fired in the Trump administration all the time. Shit happens. Okay? So, William Barr testified in Congress. He did this hearing about how he handled the Mueller report. First off, William Barr looks like fucking Dan Connor. Okay? You're not going to tell me that William Barr does not look like Dan Connor from Roseanne, bitch. That's just first off. The motherfucker looks like John Goodman. If you don't fucking see that's all I kept saying. Like the whole time I'm watching the goddamn testimony, I'm like, Dan from Roseanne is really our Attorney General, bitch. Okay? I gagged. But anyway, this testimony for me, guys, was very annoying. Like, I was very aggravated the whole time. It was just way too much, okay? And this is something that annoys me. And it probably annoys any person of color, is how white men in particular, the level of disrespect and the dismissive type of energy and vibe that they give to people, especially when you look at who was asking the questions at this hearing. Like, this administration and the people that have worked in our government for these last few years, if you needed to look at if there's anybody out there who needs a definition or a visual example, okay, of what white male privilege looks like, you can just watch the news every day with this Trump administration. Okay? I've never seen, like, once again, it is the thing that's scary. The reason why we're in a dangerous time right now is because it's becoming common. It's not something that is, like, you would see shit like this, like, back in the day and be like, oh, bitch, this would be, like, big news, just the way that they act. But it's becoming so common now that it's like, he was an ass to Kamala. Although Kamala, she know how to ask the right questions and keep it. She is to the point. I'll give her that. I don't know if you're our next president, bitch, but you know how to fucking interrogate it. But, you know, she's a black woman. No shade. A black woman gonna get the inside of you, bitch. Okay? Some of the questions that he asked, and even him and Lindsey Graham, if you look back at the exchanges, I felt like Lindsey Graham was kind of like helping coach him through the testimony to a certain degree. Lindsey Graham is fucking horrible. I think he's the fucking worst. Like, gay or not, queen or not, I don't really give a fuck. He is the fucking worst. He's the worst. Lindsey Graham reminds me of Varys on Game of Thrones, where he really don't have no allegiance, but he kind of do. But, like, he's just terrible. Okay? Like, just the worst. Anyway, so he goes to the hearing, and it's like his Barr's attitude is very like, you should be lucky that I'm even here. Why are you asking me these questions? I have shit to do. I'm probably not going to come back. It was like, what the fuck is going on here? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like as people of color, like, especially the way, like, Ilhan Omar and, like, Alexandra Cortez and all of these other girls, they have to answer to so much stuff. And it's like, you have these people over here who really don't care letting you know that they don't care, and you will deal. And I just think that that's fucked up, that we live in that kind of society. My takeaway from the Barr testimony, also too, I found it interesting that Mueller had sent Barr a letter basically saying, remember when Barr issued that little quote in the 4-page addendum of the report saying, you know, it was no collusion or whatever the fuck he said. And Mueller, we found out, sent them a note saying, look, bitch, I don't like how you did this, sis, because that's not really what I said. Okay? And I like that Mueller put that in writing, because you always need to put shit like that in writing. At the end of the day, though, I feel like everybody played in our fucking faces with that Mueller investigation. I think Mueller played in our face. Of course, the Trump people played in our face. I think that whole investigation, to me, while we know that shit went down, it felt like everybody was playing hot potato. And it was like, hot potato. Okay, you pass it here, you pass it. I feel like they played in the American people's faces. I feel like they wasted a lot of our money. A lot of our money. And in retrospect, honestly, if we was going to sit and do all this, they should have just never did one. Because they played in our faces. But hindsight is 2020. So that's where we go with that. Now, another thing that I found interesting was that Pete Buttigieg. Okay, so we talked about Pete Buttigieg briefly. Well, not briefly. We kind of did a spotlight on him. But basically, Pete Buttigieg, we know the story. Mayor from Indiana. He's gay. He's married. He's all of these things. He's beauty and he's grace. He's Miss United States. Blah, blah, blah. So, basically, Pete Buttigieg, now, you know we live in a time where sexual assault, bitch, they're not playing with you, except for the president, bitch. He can talk about grabbing pussies. That's off board for everybody else, including gay people. So, basically what happened was, these two far-right personalities, okay, and I'm going to pull this up, bitch, because I want to get their names right so you can know who the fuck lied, okay. So, on April 29th, someone shared a post titled, "Pete Buttigieg Sexually Assaulted Me" on this website Medium. A site that lets anybody upload stories, essays, and any other bit of text, okay? It was attributed to a college student named Hunter Kelly. Okay, so I gotta look into Medium, bitch. I need to upload my essays and books. They just let anybody on the fucking site. Within hours, the fake allegation against the South Bend, Indiana mayor and Democratic presidential candidate would begin to crumble, and the real story, the story of a smear campaign, would emerge. Okay? But this is why, and this is the reason why I'm pulling this up is because to tie into that Facebook ban. But by then, the Medium post already had 12,000 Facebook interactions. It ricocheted around the right-wing internet thanks to sites like Big League Politics, InfoWars, which is run by Alex Jones, who just got banned, News Wars, and the Gateway Pundit. Okay? So, basically what happened is this, and this also gives us a little insight as to why this Alex Jones got banned for more than one reason. But this definitely attributes, as we enter into this next election cycle, you can't be doing shit like this. Okay? You can't do stuff like this. But anyway, they got banned. So basically what happened is this. The guy Hunter Kelly got an email, okay, from Jack Berkman, okay, and this other guy named Wall, a Republican lobby. Jack Berkman is a Republican lobbyist and conspiracy theorist. So basically they said, look, bitch, all right, you knew how I'm in college, bitch. This is what we're going to do. We're going to fly you out. They sent him an email, flew him out to the house in the middle of the night, concocted this story, basically saying, all right, you're going to say Buttigieg raped you or some shit like that, and then we're going to put this shit out, and people going to fuck with you. You're going to go on a smear campaign. This shit immediately crumbles. Hunter Kelly can't handle the pressure. This bitch breaks after a couple. Literally, it just like fizzle. Okay? And now, they looking crazy. Now, I'm not saying that I'm 100% behind Pete Buttigieg because at this point, guys, honestly, it's so many candidates in the field. I'm not 100% behind any goddamn body. And with Joe Biden throwing his hat in the arena, bitch, it just further complicates things for me. But I will say, I don't think that it's great. Sorry about that. But it does happen. I think we need to take ownership and really be mindful of these things. Okay? It's not a game. Do your research. Okay? Make sure that you are paying attention to what it is that you see. We'll do our weekly reports with the podcast, but we have to stay on point and make sure that we're doing what we need to do. Okay? At the end of the day. On that note, that's pretty much it. It's been pretty light today, but on that note, I'll meet back up with you guys sometime this week. Remember, the podcast is launching. Mark your calendars. I'll be sending out the Spotify and Apple links and all of that. May 31st, the Secretary of Shade podcast available on all audio platforms. For those of you who watch Game of Thrones, bitch, 9 o'clock, be ready. Y'all be safe. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon.